Hi everyone, welcome to the penultimate video in this page of fish from Rita Berman's water book using the Staedtler Design Journey pencils. We're doing this fish today, so we shall come in a bit closer to him or her. There we go. Now I've picked the colours today, which I don't always manage to do. These three, I think they work well together. We've got the number 35, the turquoise, the number 38, the sea green, and the number 59, the hooker's green. I think it's going to be an interesting mix. I haven't decided what's going where, so I'm just going to grab one and go. So this is 35, which is turquoise. I'm just going to start on the front of the face. I'm not going to do a green face like we did yesterday. We'll do blue. It's a really pretty colour, this. I'm going to fade towards the middle, put some more layers here and less in the centre of the face, like that. Now we have a sort of stripe here, so I'm thinking if we do these two stripy bits in one colour and this bit in another colour. So I'm going to grab the 38, which is our sea green, and do these stripes. I'm going to try and fade them like with the face, to make them a little more intense there, and maybe just a bit less towards the middle. It's a bit tricky because it is right on the edge. It's not that easy to know what to do. Now obviously again here these are actually touching, but we're not going to be able to split all our colours. I quite like the idea of them being the same, so it's a bit lighter there, I'm thinking, than here. There we go. Oops, that bit is a bit there. Now I'm just going to grab the number 85, the warm grey for the eye. Just a dark bit there, a little less. Dark bit there, leaving a little bit of white top and bottom. So there's that one. I think I forgot to put that I used it on my last video. Just write it into my book. And then our last colour is our hooker's green, number 59. Needs a sharpen. And then we'll fill in the gap. Now here it's actually very dotty here and here, indicating that maybe this should be darker. So I think I'm going to follow what Rita's done, make that darker, and then make it lighter down towards the eye. The same here. So you can see, although this is hooker's green and this is sea green, they're very bluey, I think. But I still think they're rather nice colours to play around with. There we go. I'm going to go back to my original colour, which was the 35, remember, the turquoise, and do this line down here. Now again I want to put more layers here and less towards the centre of our fish. So this bit be the darkest, just here. A little bit less there. Still dark there until we start coming in here, and then less to there, like that. Now what do we, how many stripes? We have a couple of stripes here, so I think we'll use these colours again for our stripes. Which we use for which, does it really matter? I don't know. This is the sea green. I think I'll use it for the thinner stripes. Here I'm just going to make that one quite intense, but with these fading towards the middle again, just helps to give our fish a little bit of shape. And then the same on this one. Just less as we go in. Now this one I'm going to do in this colour. I'm not sure if it's really supposed to be like a bit of a fin, but I think it just works in with the pattern. If we just do it this colour, fill all that in. go. And then we have our hooker's green, R59. This is nothing like a hooker's green that I would imagine, but I don't think it matters what it's called, just as long as you know what it looks like. That's why swatching can be useful, because I would expect a hooker's green to be a sort of emeraldy green, maybe a bluey green. This to me just looks like a blue. I can't see any green in it, or very little anyway. This is a long one, and we need to fade it towards the middle being here, and then here we can start darker again and just fade it up. There we go. Now these we're going to fade towards here. Oh, hang on, there's a bit of white there. There we go. So layering it up here. And then beginning to reduce how much I put down on the page. There we go. And the same here. Now we're going to change it up a little bit in a minute, because I don't always want to have these two as the stripes that we use. In fact, I might not do these different, I might do all these the same colour. In fact, as these, I'm going to use the turquoise, the 35, and I'm going to use it for these spikes at the top. I'm going to try and make them a little darker near the body. Quite small, so it isn't easy to change the number of layers. Just do your best. I've gone out of the lines, and then on these I'm going to make them darker here, just because we've got those dots on them, which sort of indicates to me that they should be darker, and then less towards the tip. And the same, like in here there would be shadow if it was a three-dimensional, a layered item, so we can put more in there. So this time I'm ignoring the shape of the fish, and I'm actually going with the dots that Rita's drawn. And just doing the same with each of them really. These ones on the front are a little lighter, the ones behind a little darker, just as you would expect. There would be more shadows on the ones further back. You can work through them all. I'm looking forward to my cup of coffee. I'm losing my voice a bit. I just need to drink. I should have supped some water. But I didn't. I was just looking forward to a coffee, but that's okay. There we go. And now I need a colour for this background bit here and a different colour for this, so I'm not going to use this one. I think I'm going to use the sea green for the background bit, number 38. Now this time I'm going to use it quite intensely on the edge, and then fade to the middle. I don't really want to go over the line there, but I have. And the same here, so a bit more intensely here. Just layering and layering, and less towards the middle. Oh, I was just thinking my quizzes might be back on today. I'm recording this quite a long way in advance, and my tennis and my Wimbledon's just finished, and they basically take everything off and just put the tennis on. And that's fine with me because I enjoy it. I know some people find it very irritating, but it means that my quizzes might be back on now. I like a bit of a quiz after tea, just to keep my brain going. Sometimes I have difficulty with recalling names and things like that. I'm just filling in the gaps where I missed bits. And so I think it's quite good to have a quiz there to try and prompt you, keep it working. And then we have our number 59, our hooker screen. I'm going to just sharpen it again. And I'm going to use it for these circles. I'm not going to use it for the dots, we'll get our gel pen for that. And then these bits. I think I'm just going to solidly colour these. I can't, they're so thin that I can't really think of where I would go dark or lighter, so I'm just going to pop it in, pop some colour in. There we go. Oh, I like those colours. But I've got to try and find a pen. I've got a bluey green, but I think it might be a little bit too green. I'm going to try it because my blues are too blue, my greens are too green. So this is number 729. I think may have used it already. I'm not sure. Maybe not. I'm going to use it. Actually, it looks quite perfect. Well, that's lucky. I think it's going to make the greens, it looks slightly greener, which is not a bad thing. I'm going to put a few dots on top of these dots here. Oh, I've got a sneeze coming. Don't sneeze. Don't sneeze. Having too much fun. We've got some thick black lines here. I'm tempted to just put a bit here. Yeah, that looks good, I think. A bit here. You can basically add this anyway. You don't have to follow what Rita's done. You could put some dots down here, around, anywhere. I just find it easier following what Rita has done, really. Yeah, I think that's enough. We'll tip it so you can see. Oops, you can see the glitter. Sparkle fish. So there he is, our next little fish. Yeah, and tomorrow we have the final one, which is a bit sad. It's been a really fun page. I will do the bubbles as well tomorrow. I've decided not to do a background and just to do the bubbles, and it's going to be very simple. I think the white background shows the fish off really well, so I'm just not going to worry about one. I will do one on the facing page where we have a underwater scene, but just not on this one. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a super day and happy colouring.